Peace and love, family. How do we properly perform meditation on Twin Hearts? Here it is, how to practice meditation on Twin Hearts step by step. So, number one, this is what I've been telling you guys recently and lately. Number one, what does the first step say? Physical exercise. Oh my goodness, this is very, very key. Very key. Physical exercise before and after meditation, always. So here's why. Physical exercises cleanses and prepares the physical body and energy bodies. And physical exercise also removes any blocks or accumulation of used up energy in any part of the body, especially at the various joints. So physical exercise removes all the negative energy, any blockages, especially at the joints. We need to exercise after the meditation in order to assimilate the energy we receive during the meditation. This also helps to cleanse and strengthen the physical body and release excess energy. Beyond a point, the physical body cannot absorb more energy, and the physical exercises removes this excess. When there is excess energy, the physical body feels lethargic. So exercise before and after meditation is very important. So what does that really mean? What is that saying? It's saying that your aura and your chakras can only absorb so much energy, right? Your chakras and your aura is like a cup, right? You can only hold so much water in that cup, right? Afterwards, all the excess energy just, sits on top of your chakras and sits on top of your aura. All the excess energy that your physical and energy bodies can't absorb. So that excess, if you don't do physical exercise after meditation, it just sits on top of the aura and sits on top of the chakras, right? And it says, oh, it makes you feel lethargic. If another thing that happens is, this is another part of like Kundalini syndrome, right? You'll start to feel lethargic, and and over time you'll want to stop meditating because what also happens is it starts to cause physical problems. You might have different things pop up, ailments or anything like that, maybe possibly from not exercising and moving that body around after meditation. So, right, because when you move the physical body and do exercise after meditation, it can properly absorb and digest and assimilate that energy from the meditation, right? That tremendous amount of energy coming down from the meditation, right? After you do physical exercise, after the meditation, it can be further, the energy sinks deeper into the chakras and can be digested and assimilated and absorbed properly by your aura and your chakras. So otherwise, it just sits on top and, starts to deteriorate the physical body over time, right? If you don't move around after meditation. So key. Next step, it says, sit in a comfortable position and do deep abdominal breathing. Deep abdominal breathing. So all that means, abdominal breathing, is just breathing with your stomach, like how you see kids and babies do, right? If you look at their stomach, it's going in and out, right? They're still breathing properly with their stomach, with their diaphragm, and then when we get older, we get taught the wrong way of breathing. Hey, expand your lungs, lungs. We start breathing with our chest. That's incorrect. That's why Buddha has a fat belly. It's a depiction, a symbolization of him having a big breath, right? Mastering the breath, big stomach, because he's breathing. Yogis know that you breathe with your stomach, abdominal breathing. So just take some deep breaths and make sure you're forcing that stomach in and out, exaggerated, so your body gets used to pulling that energy down into your lower chakras, into that area where you store that synthetic key, that you store that energy, right? So pull it down into your stomach and push that stomach out. All right, abdominal breathing. All right. Next step is to invoke for divine blessing. So just as we seek divine blessing before starting our work, similarly, we invoke for divine blessing before the meditation. You may choose your own words or language depending on your faith or religion. And this is just something that us, pranic healers, use and say, usually something around these terms. To the divine supreme God, to my spiritual teacher, to all the spiritual teachers, holy masters, all the saints, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and all the great ones, we humbly invoke for divine guidance, divine love, illumination, for divine oneness, divine bliss, divine help, and divine protection. We thank you in full faith. So be it. Next step, connect the tongue to the palate. Put the tip of the tongue on the roof of your mouth. Put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth, right? Press it up against that palate and breathe that way, right? When you do this, if you could see energy just connecting your tip of your tongue to your palate, the inner aura expands, just from that, right? It expands a little bit just from connecting your tongue to your palate because now it's like, closing a connection in a circuit, right? Electrically, right? So now your energy can flow properly when you connect your tongue to your palate and you're breathing that way. Now, the energy flows all the way up and all the way down, right? And starts to energize your chakras, so thus your aura expands a little bit. And then finally, activate the heart and the crown chakras. You can easily do this just by, quick way is just to tap those centers, tap the center of your head and the square of your chest. And just by tapping, that's a simple way to slightly activate your chakras. So that wakes them up, that gets them ready. They, expand a little bit and get ready for, they're like, hey, all right, we're about to do some work, So you can tap them, that activates them. And then after all that, then you're ready to do Twin Hearts meditation. And this is just a reminder on why we do meditation, why we do spiritual practice at all. So check it out, family. Many spiritual aspirants have a misconception that the purpose of spiritual practice and meditation and all this is just to achieve divine bliss, divine ecstasy, and divine oneness. Maybe get some spiritual powers or something. No, here's exactly why meditation and spiritual practice and all this stuff is important, right? These are just partial benefits. The purpose of spiritual practice is to accelerate the evolutionary development of the soul, that the person can be of greater service to mankind and the planet Earth, right? Because if you ain't figured it out by now, your whole reason you being here, right? If you want to fast forward to graduate level lessons of the soul, service to others. You want to accelerate your evolutionary, advancement, your spiritual evolution, jump straight to service to others. Serve, 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 give, 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 right? Because of what use is a high degree of intelligence or expansion of consciousness or all these spiritual powers? What use is all these big chakras, big aura, right? And tremendous internal power if a large portion of humanity still wallows in ignorance and suffering? Of what use is a supercargo ship if it carries nothing inside? The purpose of our Hatha Yoga and meditation and all this stuff is to produce intelligent, compassionate, good-hearted, powerful disciples who will become great divine servants. To do this, it is necessary to eliminate pride, self-conceitedness, and self-delusion. A person with great pride will become a great servant, will not become a great servant. He will make other people his servants. So it's all about service to others, family, right? What's this use? What's the point of having these big chakras, big aura, divine intelligence? We're smarter than everybody. We got all these powers if we're not helping anybody with it, right? So serve others, help your fellow human being, help your fellow brothers and sisters, family, with all these gifts that you got and all this spiritual practice. Love y'all. Peace.